start. I was class of 2024 for the Pierce School, which was the last graduating class before the building got demolished. And I think, honestly, I didn't think it would affect me that much, but it kind of did, because for some reason I kept dreaming about the building because I missed it in a way. And I think, I don't know, I was excited to see it go, but then also there were so many memories, so it did affect me.
My name is David Weinstein. I started working at Pierce in 1984 as a Northeastern co-op. Then I taught first grade for many years, and now I'm a volunteer. My fondest memory of Pierce is what happened daily before and as school began. First, educators would arrive and catch up with each other about what was going on in their lives, talk about all things school, and prepare for the day ahead. Then, at around 8 o'clock, the chimes would ring, and from every possible direction, swarms of students would enter Unit A and the other learning spaces, instantaneously creating a magical learning community. This was made possible by the extraordinary architecture of the building. And even though this early morning routine happened day after day and year after year, it never got old, and it is something that I will always miss.
My name is Colleen Muldoon, and I've been a kindergarten teacher at Pierce since 2006, almost 20 years. My favorite thing about the Pierce School was also the most challenging thing, the fact that most spaces had no walls. Of course, it's easy for me to say because KM did have walls and doors. Don't get me wrong, I really will not miss walking outside between the buildings with 20 kindergartners in the pouring rain multiple times a day. But as we moved through the school, sometimes literally walking right through other classrooms, we truly got to know everyone, and it fostered a wonderful sense of community and support for each other. And now, I think no matter what building we're in, with or without walls, Pierce is a really special place because of that community we built.
Hi, my name is Kim Barnum. I taught third grade at the Pierce School for roughly 17 years. I also did my student teaching there, so I've known the old Pierce building for a very long time. What I loved about the old building was that there was never a day that I didn't know why I was there and what education was for. I could look around and see learning happening and why what I was teaching would be important for students' future learning. And that gave me energy on those days where I might have low energy. And I love that about Pierce. And it was all about community and being part of something greater than myself. And that's what I will miss.
My name is Marlene Gonzalez, Miss Gonzalez, and I started teaching at Pierce in the fall of 2015. Over my time there, I had 3 classrooms. The first was in the corner of Unit A. That was interesting. It was my first time teaching in an open concept space, and having kindergartners just walk through your classroom to go to the bathroom while you're teaching Animal Farm to 7th graders was a bit of a trip. It was really cute, though, to see all of the littles all of the time. My second classroom was in the loft when we rented that space in the other building where Bright Horizons is. That was awesome. We had air conditioning. We had so many bathrooms, something that has become so important since we've moved to Fisher Hill, and a really beautiful view of Boston and Brookline. But my favorite classroom was my third classroom. It was the one that was off the cafeteria in the back. My windows looked out at the alley between Pierce and the library. There were some bad things to that classroom. It housed the ventilation system for the entire school. So when it would kick on, the entire room would shake and was really loud. That wasn't the best. Also, it was right near the dumpsters, so a little dicey opening the windows on hot days, but it was still my favorite room because I had a little, patio type thing, and what would happen is when high schoolers left campus to go to the spa for pizza, there'd be a little knock on my window, and it was always a surprise to see what former Pierce kid decided just to stop by and say hi. It was really sweet, and to me, really encapsulated what it meant to teach and be at Pierce. That it doesn't matter what school you end up at or how many years it's been, you're always going to come and say hi, and that was really sweet.
My name's Jesse Carson. I'm in my 11th year teaching 8th graders math at Pierce. So I taught for 9 years in the old Pierce. My classroom was in the historical building. One memory that comes to mind is when the Celtics brought their flight crew, Lucky the Leprechaun, and a bunch of people dunking off trampolines. A bunch of dunks happened, and then the next guy came up, did a flip, and shattered the backboard. Created a memorable assembly for a bunch of kids, and the Celtics ended up paying to replace the hoop in the gym. Another memory I have is of the amphitheater. I thought that was a really cool space, and have really nice memory of some 8th grade graduations in the amphitheater, as well as the Pierce Partners mentoring group having some family events out there and playing some games and having some food and enjoying that space in the amphitheater.
My name is Stephen Ray, and I was the art teacher at Pierce for 26 years. It took me many years to understand this, but it was the building itself that created the culture of Pierce School. Pierce was unlike any other elementary school in town, and it was because of the openness of the building. The building was created as an open space to educate between 300 and 400 students. The structure of the school required students and staff to work collaboratively, cooperatively, and respectfully, given the proximity of students in the open spaces. Even in the Unified Arts area, where my art room was, it was open and intended for flexibility and interactive learning between disciplines. Many people don't know this, but there was a huge sliding barn door between the art room and the old wood shop. Pierce was unlike any other school in Brookline because of the openness, which led to respectful collaboration between students and teachers, all learning together. There'll never be another school like that. Pierce was just really special.
The John Pierce K-8 Elementary School will always have a special place in my heart. There are several things that I think of when I think of Pierce, but I want to highlight 3 that, as the former Pierce principal for 17 years, are features that will always make Pierce special to me. First of all, the people were the most important, the most special part of the Pierce School community. Striving to live out our motto, Pierce is for people, working together to raise healthy, lifelong learners. Then it's the campus of buildings. It's the second thing that comes to mind. I always felt that we were preparing our students for campus life beyond Pierce, campus life at the high school level and beyond. And then it was obviously the really unique physical structure, open classrooms and workspaces with no doors that made our teaching and learning a visible practice. It made our practice public and students loved it. Finally, what's most special to me were the phenomenal school plays by the talented students and talented parent volunteers that rivaled any Broadway production. It was just magical. And that's a comment I heard many times from parents that thought about how hard work it was for the students to produce these plays and to be supported by such a wonderful parent and staff and teacher community. Like Pierce itself, the place was just magical. A diverse community of learners of all ages. I feel honored to have that theater space named in my honor on the occasion of my retirement from the Pierce School. Thank you, Pierce community.
Hi, my name is Susan Leitman, and I'm currently a second grade teacher at Pierce. This is my 31st year teaching at Pierce, but the school has been part of every aspect of my life for as long as I can remember. I enrolled in the brand new Pierce School in 1975 as a first grader. It was just a year after the new building was built. Everyone loved the open concept and everything was shiny and new. I attended Pierce in grades 1 through 8. During that time, we all stood on different floors of the library and watched the hostages being released from Iran. The Pierces for People song was written and we all learned it and sang it. And at one point, a third grade class's pet boa constrictor got loose and was found over a week later, hanging from some pipes in the cafeteria. My mother taught reading at Pierce for many years, and my father was the president of the PTO while I was there. In 1995, Chris Field, the school's principal, who also happened to have been my third and fourth grade teacher, hired me to teach second grade there. For 1 year, I taught on the first floor of the library before moving to Unit C. I taught either a first and second grade loop or straight second grade for 20 years in C4, right under my great friend David Weinstein. The last 8 years in the building, I taught in C2, a room with a tunnel connecting it to the historical building that often had a parade of people walking through. It is also the only room in the school that is connected to the fire alarm for both buildings, and the fire department made sure that we went out for every drill. Not only have I been a teacher at Pierce for almost all of my adult life, all 3 of my daughters and my 3 stepsons also attended Pierce and graduated from there. As you can see, Pierce has been an integral part of my life since age 6, and I love being part of the Pierce community.